So here we're going to try and organize this list so it's easier to understand. So right now, each of these items in this list of random things is differentiated from the next through the use of the enter key. So Word recognizes these items as different segments of the document because of their each individual bit being on a different line. So we're going to use bullets to make these into a more recognizable list. So if we just click on bullet here in the paragraph section of the Home tab, we'll get standard bullets if that's the default on your Word document, and there will be half an inch before the typing starts and a 1/4 inch before the bullets start from your end margin here. So let's say we don't like these. So we have a couple of default options here, check marks and arrows and interesting things, but there's options to customize your bullet choice. So we can go to symbol and choose from a whole variety of different options. There's so many. Some would not be good bullets. This is like a character, so it wouldn't make sense to use this. Looks like 2 letters, so that wouldn't make sense. But there's all sorts of different things. Like, let's choose this snowflake. So we can choose alignment, but let's just keep it at left, and we'll press OK. So now we have snowflake bullet points. So that might be good for a winter document. If we go back to define and then go to font, we can adjust the settings of that bullet. So see, now we've italicized the snowflake, which doesn't make much sense, but we can increase the size, outline, and we can engrave it, strike through, subscript, superscript. So now this is just all sorts of interesting looking types of bullets. Additionally, we can under define, we can go to picture, and there's a good range of options here that are more interesting than the standards, but we can also go to import and choose our own image. So let's say you have an image of an apple and you're writing a document about fruit. So you can import the image of the apple and use that as a bullet point. Okay, so I guess it's going to choose a check mark. So additionally, we can go to numbering, and it will number the items in the list. But it uses the font settings that we've already have established. So that's not very good. So we'll go back to that, erase all the formatting, and then click on this again. So now we have numbering standardized. And there's a whole library. We can go Roman numeral, we can go lowercase Roman numeral, ABC, just a whole variety. So let's say this third item is indented further. So let's say it goes under the section of tomato. So we can use this little right-facing arrow to increase the indent, which will increase the leveling within the list. So the vegetable is now a subsection of tomato. Let's make fruit a subsection of vegetable. So now we have potato as our first item, tomato as our second item. Within tomato is vegetables. Within vegetables, which is in tomato, is fruits. Then our third item is pineapple. So it goes potato, tomato, and then pineapple, with these 2 items being under tomato. So if we had a document like this or something, the main heading would be tomato, then there would be a subheading with vegetables, and then a subheading with fruits. And it's difficult to see with this sort of leveling, but this A and this I are represent different levels. So we can adjust that to make it clearer to the reader. So we can change the list level here. So right now it goes A, lowercase Roman numeral 1, or regular numbers, A, lowercase, and so on. So we can adjust this list leveling by selecting a different option. So in this one, it chooses this diamond type thing, then an arrow, then a square to differentiate the levels. Other methods include this, which chooses to use Roman numerals, and then capital letters, and then standardized numbers. And some of these, as you can see, use the default heading settings. So this is considered heading 1 as the main heading, so it gets heading 1 designation in the style bank. Then this next layer is heading 2, the third is heading 3. So this can be helpful if you have an extended list and want to default certain font options. So we can adjust heading 3 to look differently. We can make it green and just say okay. And now if we were to make any item in this list level 3, it would be green as well, like this typewriter here. Or we could go to vegetables and right click and then modify heading 2 so that it's italicized. And then when we make elephant, increase the indent here of elephant, we find that it too becomes italicized automatically because of the settings we have made with heading 2. So there's a whole variety of options here. You can choose any and whichever one fits your paper best. There's no correct method, but there are definite advantages to some depending on the technicality and other organization methods you have established in your paper already.